How's everybody doing today? Can we get a round of applause for Boston Got Soul? Wrapping up the day here at Boston Got Soul. Everybody here, we're here for the same, same cause, same culture. But today we're going to be discussing that culture and how different cultures actually collide. So members here of the panel, joining us today, we have KJ Janelle. Give it a round of applause for KJ. This Green Runs Deep Sports, founder of Green Runs Deep Sports, the _1 source for all things Boston Celtics on Instagram. Moving on, we have next the man right here, Aaron. Aaron from how do you pronounce it? Roszko. Roszko Sneakers right here. Sneaker YouTuber creating content around sneaker industry, generating over 5 million views. Give a round of applause for Aaron. Moving on, here we have second to last, Sean. Sean from IV4. What is it? 4 Boston Fashion, founder of it. A clothing brand, lifestyle brand, showcasing Boston's fashion, musical, and athletic talent. Give him a round of applause for Sean. And here we have someone who I'm familiar with, a local hip-hop artist based out of Boston, has generated millions of listens and streams on his music. Give it up for OG Swaggerdick. Very funny name. Here we are. Everyone grab their mic, give a mic check. We got a mic for OG.
Mic check.
He has a mic? Yeah. No mic? If anything, I'll even share it with him. It's no problem. You guys can share? All right.
Wow, I got a mic.
Damn,
I'm out.
It's because you got that name.
I'm out.
They try to play you because you got that name.
You gonna give me a mic?
Oh, man.
Throw this water down.
You gonna have another mic? All right, he's gonna double check.
Where's my mic?
All right.
Where's my mic?
Yeah, just share. You guys cool with sharing? All right, we'll make it work. No worries. Man, how's everybody doing? How you guys doing today?
I'm pretty good.
Pretty good? Yeah, man.
Hey, I'm cool, man.
Been a pretty solid day.
Nice day out here.
It's the first time they did one day here. They usually do 2 days. So I liked it. I'm not gonna lie.
It's packed.
It's packed. Yeah. I think it's because of that. Usually the 2 days at Foxboro kind of spreads out, but today it's pretty packed up in here. Yeah. So let's get right into the discussion, man. Starting off, let's go with OG. Where did you find the fashion for what? The passion, actually, messed up right there, for what you're actually doing right now for rapping?
I don't know. I just love it. It's something I like to do. I have fun doing it, so I think that's the main thing.
Yeah.
If I don't have fun doing something, I don't really want to do it. So I'm not gonna do it. So,
yeah. At what age did you start?
I started at 19.
And how old are you now?
I am 28.
28. Wow. Okay, so 9 years,
28
on a decade. Okay, almost a decade. Yeah. And you find like love in it. Is that like your true passion over anything else as of now?
Yeah, that entertainment was pretty much what I love to do. Yeah. And just spread love,
Yeah. Oh, I see it, man. You can see it. You're very authentic with what you do. Moving on, we have right here Sean. Now, Sean, when it comes to your passion, being the founder of this store for Boston, when did it start? How did you find that? What made you want to do that for your life?
I've always been into fashion, sneakers, music, sports.
For how long? Since what's the established date?
Started like five years ago.
5 years ago?
Yeah.
All right, half a decade.
Yep.
All right. And even before that, were you into that? Like as a kid, like us, like how we were, in school doing trades. Like, were you a part of that culture as well? Like younger?
Yeah, I played basketball. Was all about sneakers, fashion, trying to look different.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. Moving on, we have Aaron. So, Aaron, when did your passion start? Roszko. Right there. We got it right now this time. When did your passion start? Like, how long ago?
I grew up always loving sneakers, man.
Yeah.
I always, back in elementary school, high school, I always had to have, the nice, clean, fresh kicks.
Yeah.
And I used to switch out the laces. Had to be just different. I just loved the vibe of it.
Yeah.
And I just loved how I was so into sports, into watching favorite athletes and always check what they're wearing.
Yeah.
And I just found, this platform, YouTube.
Yeah.
And about a couple years ago, and I didn't know that you can basically make videos and just connect with people all across the world talking about the same stuff that you're into.
100%.
And it's just been amazing. And I focus more on Adidas and Yeezy stuff. And, I've just been talking about Yeezys, and it hasn't been that much of any talk like that on YouTube for a while.
Yeah.
So I just been focused on that, and it's just been unbelievable for over a year.
Wow, that's amazing. No, I agree. I have a YouTube platform myself. I started for about 4 years now. and it's been going really well. I recommend everybody out there who doesn't have a YouTube channel make one because you really never know what can happen with that.
It's the king of content right now, man.
Yeah.
YouTube trumps over like even Instagram or anything like that right now. It's all video platforms.
Yeah, because kids aren't watching television no more. They're watching iPad, phone, laptop, and that's YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
You know
YouTube put out their ad revenue or whatever, how much money they make on YouTube, and it's astronomical how much money is on there. So it's just crazy.
I think Baby Shark makes $3 million a month still off commercials every month.
That's
so
insane.
you know what I'm saying. Moving on, we have right here the last member of the panel right here, KJ. So when did your passion start for this?
I started following sports when I was a young kid. We're obviously blessed to be in Boston.
Yeah.
It's really easy to follow sports in Boston. And I wanted to like cover sports differently and show kids that like what it's like to go to every game. I go to all the Celtics games and pretty much like give a fan's perspective. And 5 years into it now, like I got to quit my job and I just literally work on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I got picked up by a sponsor.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
That's awesome. So what made you, like, for those who don't know, what is it that you do? Because I see here there's a connection with the Boston Celtics. So is that, like, your main, like, sort of market?
So basically me, I picked the Celtics out of my group of friends. I have a friend that does the Patriots.
Okay.
And, yeah, my friends are crazy. We get wild and I guess young kids, like, they eat it up.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Oh man, it's an awesome thing. You know what I'm saying? You never really know. We all have our own individual uniqueness to what we do. When it comes to you, OG, what would you say that your contribution would be to the New England, Boston pop culture phenomenon, or anything in general that's going on right now? What would be your contribution?
I'll say with music, me and my friends did a lot of things like on a scale that nobody's really seen it here.
Facts.
So we were like kind of the start, like me and a bunch of people, and now you just see a lot of things. It's like a lot of artists now are doing way bigger or like more fire things, and it's just crazy because that was never a thing before. And now you have people making good quality music from here, and it's just as good as like the heavy hitters, in my opinion.
No, I agree, man. I think music is like the universal language of the world.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Just being different. Like everybody, there was a stigma to like rappers here, and like me and my homies were just like very different. Like you see me, I wear bright ass colors and just act goofy as shit, and I can do
is
what
this
I
for
love.
style? Is the cast for style, or is
Nah, I broke my thumb. You know, shouts out the sweatpants challenge. I could still beat it, but you know we ain't gonna try it out.
So what's the sweatpants challenge for those who don't know?
Yeah, you gotta jump in the air and take your sweatpants off, all in the air. You know.
Did you
try it at home.
accomplish it? Did it go successful?
Nah, but it was a spare sweats I had on. It's all good. I got this. I could do it, but I ain't gonna do it. All right, I'm gonna stay safe, quote unquote. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's not a part of today's discussion, so we're good. Nobody else has to do the challenge tonight, so we'll be straight. But moving on, what would you say is yours, Sean? Your contribution to the pop culture of Boston?
I try to merge, the music scene.
Yeah.
All the young kids making music, like with the athletes, and try and hip everybody to what's going on.
Nice. Yeah.
Like when I shot the commercial for the brand, I had some of the athletes in it, but I also had, like Replay, Stiz,
nice.
The music scene as well.
Yeah.
So.
That was dope, man. We gotta acknowledge it. We can never ignore, the actual popping of the actual culture that's occurring. You know what I'm saying? Especially like this whole movement I see right now with OG and Stiz, Michael Christmas, the whole vibe that's going on. We gotta appreciate that to the fullest. Moving on to you, Aaron. What would you say would be your contribution to the pop culture, or what would you want it to be known by if someone were to ask you, "Oh, what's your contribution?"
Well, I want to represent Boston for as far as sneaker YouTube.
Yeah.
Like I feel like we're so underappreciated when it comes to the sneaker industry. Just like we get so overshadowed by New York, which is understandable. But I feel like the sneaker shops are so dope in Boston.
Yeah.
I feel like it's such a hidden gem. You hear a lot of low key, like a lot of rappers out there. They love to shop in Boston because you go to New York City, all of it's kind of like ransacked and everything. But
there's a lot of exclusive releases too, like the concepts, the bodegas. We got exclusive shoes, no days off, like the lobsters. That's all Boston.
New Balance is Boston right there.
That's all Boston.
So I want to represent Boston in the sense of that, and just you know, and I get to travel all over the place. And the one thing I get is, dude, like, they always look at me funny with my accent. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, it's Boston. You know, that's the car. They always like, well, you would park your car. You know, Mark Wahlberg. Yeah. And like all that
Ben
stuff.
Affleck.
So, yeah. But it's just, it's fun. And I just wanted to, you know, replicate. I just wanted to show out for Boston on YouTube.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing, man. I support that. That's dope. Moving on to KJ, what would you say would be your contribution to this pop culture going on in Boston?
For me, like a lot of the kids, they see their athletes. I know he mentioned it before. They all see their athletes coming into the games with the drip on. They want to know what it is.
Yep.
I answer DMs daily on like, where did you get that? Where did this guy get that?
Yeah.
Just like kind of direct them in the right place. Like kids these days, they want to wear exactly what the athletes are wearing. All that.
I agree, man. That's dope. That's really dope. And especially because people are always looking for the information. So having someone who actually applies that and provides the information is always essential, you know what I'm saying? Especially with social media. So moving on. So the topic is obviously cultures colliding. So your culture, you can say, is more obviously music. So where do you see like fashion or sneakers, anything in that realm coming in hand with music? Have you done any sort of collabs or anything for any brands at all yet, or?
Well, brands, I haven't done any collabs, but I'm about to start my own, and it's like
nice.
Pretty much sharp thing right here. Got the
that's nice. Okay.
Pants right here.
The pants, that's all you?
Got a little jacket too in the back.
That's all you? That's all you?
Yeah, custom. I did the font and everything in the back.
Oh, that's hard.
Right here.
Okay, that's hard.
But yeah, fashion. I love dressing, so like that's automatically music and fashion go hand in hand. So, pretty much my style and stuff is like very unique and like, in my opinion, is not really like seen as much. So that's where my thing goes in. And with sports, everybody loves sports. So like Stiz,
100%.
Christmas, they're big sports fans. I'm not as much. I'm more so like if the logo looks cool, I'm gonna wear it.
Yeah.
And give a damn. I wore a New York Yankees fitted to my first Celtics game. That's
damn.
That's what I'm on. If it looks good, my fit, I'm gonna do it. I don't care. Nobody can tell me what to do. But yeah, so that's pretty much how I look at it. Everything goes hand in hand. See Sean over here.
Yeah.
And a lot of my homies are into fashion too. Like one of my homegirls that went to school with me from here, she actually works with Virgil, and her her boyfriend he has a brand. It's like Bravado, and then
oh, nice.
There's a couple of people over here that's just like doing things. My homie Warren, he has Warren Lotus. His brand.
I know Warren Lotus. Yep.
So it's a lot of music and fashion. We all like came up together, and then my homie Derek. So it's a lot of that.
Yeah, it all goes hand in hand. So moving on to you, Sean. So you kind of mentioned it a little bit already because you said you do work with actual artists aside from just doing the clothing.
Yeah, I've done collab T-shirts for like
nice.
like Plaid Finesse or local artists.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was like the thing that you did with Cousin Stiz? What do you guys do?
I just had him in the commercial for the brand.
Oh, nice. Okay. So was the commercial straight for your brand?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Was there music playing? Was it like a full-on?
I had Chris Herron, who used to play for the Boston Celtics, narrate it.
Oh, wow. That's fire.
Yeah. He tours the country, and he's big on sobriety and doing talks for like a bunch of people. He's dope. Oh,
that's awesome. All right. Nice to hear. Moving on with Aaron. So, Aaron, how would you say... I mean, you could say by, your clothing, you're wearing Jesus is King. You know what I'm saying? You're wearing many could say the high altar, whatever you want to call them, of this, cultures literally colliding. But how would you say in your eyes or your experience, how has music collaborated with your own culture of just straight fashion?
In fashion? I feel like it's always been embedded into each other, man.
Yeah.
They go hand in hand. Like he was saying, like everyone checks what Jason Tatum's got on when he's walking down the wake up, who's got on. And for me personally, I mean, everyone's asking what Kanye's got on, what Ye's got on.
Yeah.
That's what everyone asks me. And he just wears kind of like blank hoodies and stuff like that and stuff. And I just like to wear. It's like I like where it seems going. You see a lot of kids wearing the drip where it's like all designer and everything like that. But I like also too where it's like everyone's got their own vintage is coming back strong.
Yeah.
And I like when I travel too, you see how different people, different swag, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
come out here, you got the North Face, you got like the winter clothes, you go to LA, they got the high top Nikes, the vintage tees.
Yeah.
And but it's all embedded. I mean, everyone wants to know who's got one on.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of hook them up with it. But I don't got no collabs like these guys have yet.
Yeah.
Everyone who hits me up on YouTube wants me to promote like such garbage stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like hand lotion or something that doesn't even make sense to the brand. But
Hand lotion.
YouTube is weird. YouTube is weird. But yeah, I love it. It's a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, I believe it, man. Moving on with you, KJ. How would you say that your experiences, or have you had any experiences with music, actually colliding with your culture of clothing currently right now?
I haven't really done anything with music, but on the sports front, there's been opportunities that have knocked on my door. Example, like a couple years ago, Terry Rozier was going at it with Eric Bledsoe.
Yep.
And he wore a Drew Bledsoe jersey.
Mm-hmm.
He actually messaged me and he asked me for one.
Oh,
and
wow.
I put it together and he wore the Drew Bledsoe jersey. It went viral.
Oh wow! So it was yours? It was the one that he wore was yours, or was
it was actually my jersey.
Wow, that's fire.
After it, I got it signed by Rozier, and then Drew Bledsoe signed it too.
So oh wow, that's
awesome.
That's
dope.
I'll shoot that off one day.
That's real awesome. Can't complain with that. And man, and what OG, what has been from you taking in all this music and taking in everything that's happened within society and your favorite artists, or let's say your favorite brands, what has been your favorite example that you can kind of take as the colliding of fashion with music? It could be either with any of your close friends who's done it, or someone that you just kind of idolize and you see them do that, you're like, oh, that's fire.
Fashion and music.
Yeah, kind of like the mixing.
Honestly, a lot of old artists,
yeah,
I say Dipset and No Limit.
Woo!
Cash Money.
Yeah.
I like how a lot of their things went into fashion. I take a lot of inspiration from Cash Money and No Limit.
Facts.
In New Orleans.
Yeah.
I love the shit out of
that whole
New
era
Orleans.
of even the old school rap tees, the stuff they were wearing back then was just so
even down
crazy.
to the artwork, all that shit was fire.
Yeah.
And even Dipset, how Dipset is, everything they do is fashion now, pretty much. So that's inspiration to me. And even ASAP, honestly, seeing how ASAP just branched into so much fashion, and just they were very knowledgeable of what they loved and shit.
Yeah.
So I like all that, but I have my own twist to it.
Yeah.
To where I take things from West Coast culture, NWA, and how they used to have the flannels and the Raider hats. I used to do that a lot, and then just all sorts of hip hop 80s, the track jackets and shit, everything.
Oh hell yeah, the starter jackets and shit.
I'm like a sponge with it. It's just every era I just take from it.
Yeah, you gotta be. That's good. Yeah. Moving on with you, Sean. What has been your favorite, or something that you kind of first comes to mind when you think of music and fashion collaborating? It could be an artist or someone anything from the past.
OG said, Dipset.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm heavily influenced by Dipset.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what I try to do with the brand is try to hip the people to the local music scene, and people like OG.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of the other brands or bigger brands,
yeah,
you have Reebok, you have Converse, you have all these major
based out of here
brands here.
Yeah.
And they're not really promoting the youth.
Yeah.
So that's what I try to do.
I agree with that. I think that's really true. We tend to forget that we pass by these large buildings in downtown and stuff in the whole city, and these companies are actually out of here. It speaks volumes, Moving on with you, Aaron. What would be an example of you're actually recalling, or the first thing that comes to mind when you think of someone in the past that was an inspiration through both the combination of music and fashion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he sets the tone on everything, man.
I agree.
And absolutely everything. And whatever he wears is everyone needs to know what he's got. I mean, now it's Virgil. Virgil's got the new crowd now.
Yeah.
And he's taking over a lot, man.
Yeah.
He actually had those on the other day.
Oh, yeah?
You got those on your feet right now. I remember
wow.
he posted a picture of a white one, and all of a sudden everyone's hitting me up, when those come back. I'm people don't even know what they are.
He goes back in the archives a lot.
Yeah. And then too, with Adidas now that they got Sean Weatherspoon, he was big too. What was he wearing? What vintage tee did he have on? And now that he's gone to Adidas, I mean, they're gonna be putting some collabs together, so it's all be interesting. But I mean, it's
Yeah.
He sets the tone on everything, man.
Yeah, 100%. How about you, KJ? How about, let's say, with the colliding of actual cultures that you're familiar with, so the sports and music. What was like one of the iconic memories you have in your mind when it comes to that of anybody at all in the past?
To be honest, I wasn't even thinking about sports. Like the first person that comes to my mind is just Kanye.
Oh yeah.
Like,
oh wow. Yeah.
I don't know. I would
yeah.
I mean, you just saw too NBA All-Star Weekend. I mean, the new quantum basketballs that dropped.
Yeah, he took
I
over
mean, you
the
had
weekend.
Brandon Ingram. The photo went viral. Brandon Ingram went up to him and had him sign the shoes,
Yeah.
and then he wore it on the court. I thought that was so dope.
Yeah.
And just to see that, and I mean, even people that you look up to him.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then that wing that he had with with Virgil and all the people that went underneath him, and then they all branched off, and they're taking over.
Yeah.
Fear God, Jerry Lenzo, all of them.
Yeah. So let's talk about those guys. What's your opinion on
100%
Kanye?
forgot to add Tyler and Pharrell.
All right.
Can't forget Pharrell.
Facts.
Honestly, we wouldn't be doing a lot if it was Pharrell.
I agree.
So,
I agree, especially with production.
Yeah.
He's my favorite producer of all time.
100%.
I think he's made like the best beats known to mankind as of date. But let's speak about these major people who have, we can even keep it current. We can keep it current, for the easier and the younger crowd. So let's say like today, I think during this event, Travis Scott just announced he's dropping the SBs today. So people like that, what I'm saying? They might be dropping right now. We might have to check the phones.
Damn.
But, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's
Missed out
real.
already.
But so people like that, what's your opinion on these type of people, whether it would be Travis Scott, Kanye West, the major, you could say key players or the all-stars of this whole colliding of cultures, no matter what anyone says?
I think it's fire what they're doing.
Yeah.
Honestly, they getting this money.
Yeah.
So.
You have any favorites or anything at all?
Huh?
You have any favorites out of all of them?
I honestly like a lot of Travis's sneakers. He's really doing a great job at it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it G.
He does a lot of detail, a lot of extra shit.
Yeah. I'm not so much a fan of Yeezys, but I like some of the newer designs. The newer designs are definitely fire, like the new 700s and
Yeah, the one that Aaron has on. What are those called again, Aaron?
Yeah, see those
700 V3s.
The V3s. That's one of my favorite Yeezys as of late. Yeah, because I think he's been flooding the market too much with the 350s. There's too many 350s out right now.
Yeah, it's a money maker.
Yeah.
That's how they make their bread.
Yeah, those are hella crazy. Those go hard.
Yeah. I love those.
And who else? Yeah, pretty much. I like Tyler's his golf shoes.
Yeah,
the
his Converse.
The
his
Giannos
Converse
are
stuff.
fire.
Yeah, I like those.
I still gotta get a pair of those.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty much fucking with those.
Yeah. Moving on. How about you, Sean? What would you say when it comes to these people like Travis and Kanye? What's your opinion on them, or your sort of what do you think about them when you're by yourself? Like what comes to mind about them?
I think they're dope. They influence so much.
Yeah.
Yo.
The influence is just crazy.
That dude dropped his fucking teeth.
Dropped his grill.
He dropped his grill. Oh snap! Homeboy by his grill.
Buy, sell, trade.
He's long gone by now. He might come around. He'll realize it. He'll probably be like, "What? I'm missing something from my mouth."
Oh, he's coming around.
Oh, he's coming right there. You dropped your grill. You almost left us a souvenir.
For sale.
Yeah. OG said he was gonna resell that shit. Yeah. Nah, but yeah, moving on. So you, who was it on Aaron? All right. So Aaron, when it comes to you kind of spoke on Kanye, but let's say Travis.
It's Travis's world right now, man.
Yeah, I would agree.
I latch on with SneakerCon and I travel all over.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going. When I go to Cleveland, Washington, Chicago, L.A. I mean, it's Travis. Travis, what's Travis got?
Yeah.
And his shoes just sell. And he's so impactful right now. And I feel like it's just musicians, man. Musicians. Before it was athletes. Everybody wanted to know what athletes are rocking. Now it's, it's all rappers.
Yeah.
They're taking over. I mean, you got the Dunks. Kid had a Dunks here. I was checking them out. They're going to be on my video. And I was shocked. I'm like, those are going to $600-$700 shoe right there as soon as they sell out. I mean, this you talked about earlier. They are dropping tonight, supposedly, the special box pair.
Yep.
So be on the lookout for that if you want. But then he announced what? He's dropping the Jordan 3s, dropping Jordan 5s. But when you go too much, though, when you milk it,
you might saturate it.
Yeah, you saturate. People get upset about that.
Yeah.
It's not special anymore. Everybody wants what's special. You want to be different.
Yeah.
And that's just this new generation.
Yeah.
But he's killing it right now. He's absolutely killing it.
I think that's why Travis is killing it because the way he's moving. He's moving very
selective.
It's moving very selective. It's very calculated.
Well, they don't restock too. Once they drop, they're done. That's always holds value too. They're not going to restock those.
He's also dropping he's dropping the fire shit too. It's like SBs, low top ones, and he's making them look good.
He's not forcing it.
Innovative.
He's not forcing it. He's a fan of SBs. He rocks SBs. He's not
and even the friends and family stuff, like the purple like sixes, like stuff like that. I think him doing that is like on purpose, even though people know they can't get them.
Yo, I saw
hypes it up.
I saw those mustards when I was in LA. Offset came by and he was rocking them, and I'm like, damn, I hope those drop. But they ain't dropping them now.
Yeah, man, it's nuts. How about you, KJ?
I don't really follow that stuff too often, but I do see like even the Travis Scott, everybody on my page, like they resell all his drops on his website. It sells out crazy.
Yeah, he could drop like anything, eyelashes, anything. He'll resell.
Hat, $60, no problem.
Yeah, $60.
And it sells out too.
Yeah, anything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at this point, I think we've seen it all. When you got Supreme dropping Oreo cookies, like you've seen it all at this point. You know what I'm saying? But I guess it is, wherever the money's at, I guess go get it, but fuck.
I will say only thing that sucks about it is him bringing SBs back. Now the price is up.
Yeah.
And it's trash because
I don't know if people remember a couple years ago, you could go to Nike outlet, you could find a bunch of SBs sitting on the wall for $30.
Yeah, being a person that loves SBs, it sucks because then a lot of people that don't like them wear them, but it's just like, whatever. Yeah. You got to take the yin with the yang, so can't cry over spilled milk.
Can I actually add to that too?
Yeah, definitely.
Because I go thrifting a lot and I see like all the resellers, whatever. Yeah. I guess Travis Scott, he wore like the Nike mini check right here.
Oh, mini swoosh. Yep.
Does anybody know about that?
Yeah.
Now those hoodies are worth like $200.
Yep, I know.
When they used to be worth like $10, $15. Yeah. Just because he wore it. Now if you search on eBay, Travis Scott Nike
mini
hoodie,
swoosh. Yeah.
The ones from like 2002 are like selling for $200 now.
All right. No, that's awesome, man. I mean, that goes to show you these guys. I think they're influential. I think someone that I'll speak upon is obviously Kanye West. That, from my eyes, I think he obviously he knew early on he would be naive not to know, like, if I wear, let's say, a random brand, if I wear OG's merch, next week is gonna be reselling. I feel like he knew that to the point that's why now he just wears like his own stuff. I think it's been like probably like 3 years now, he's only just worn like Yeezys and like his own clothing no matter what. Where back then it used to be, that's how Antisocial popped off. That's how these brands popped off, and I'm guilty myself. I would make a lot of money off of like, let me see what Kanye's wearing. Oh shit, he wore this. Oh, this is reselling. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy, I think Travis is like now that person too.
Yes, it's building.
Yeah. Say it again?
Said Kanye wears a lot of like Carhartt, Dickies.
Yeah, Carhartt and Dickies.
Yeah, he wears a lot of industrial wear.
Yeah. I think because it's obviously his inspiration for what his stuff is, because you can tell like the Yeezy season shit, it looks like, plain Carhartt, whatever. But he still wears Carhartt. I bought, I think, 5 shirts last week just because of him, you know what I'm saying? You fall a victim to it without realizing it because you see the aesthetics of it. You be like, oh, well, I guess it's nice.
The man wore a full Dickie outfit to like the Met Gala.
Yeah.
I was like, like that, and he killed it. I was like, damn.
You could get that for like $60. It's amazing. Oh, man, so they told me we got to wrap it up. So wrapping it up, one by one, let's go down the line. What would you guys say or think of, let's say, if one of these people in the crowd or anybody at all here or a young person trying to come up and be, let's say, a rapper like you, OG, what would be the first thing you would say for advice, no matter what? Or like compare it to like the best advice you've gotten?
Best advice I've gotten is just do the shit you love.
Yeah.
Go with your heart and like really just go for it. There's no answer. I've found that out through years and years. There's no answer. A lot of people have gotten their big break from just the most random things, and you really just gotta know your audience and pretty much just be consistent, because it's a very fast-paced environment now. So you just gotta be on top of shit. Just make sure like I said, be consistent and just make sure it's creative. Be creative. Do what you love. That's what I can say.
I agree with that. Moving on with Sean. What would you say?
Not to be Nike, but just do it.
Facts. Yeah.
I mean, if you have love to do something, just go out there and do it. Don't listen to what anybody says.
Yeah.
Just do it for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I think a lot of stuff, is cliche, but it's like, it's not in a negative way. It's because it's cliche for a reason. Is as simple as it sounds, a lot of this stuff is on point. That's all you really have to do. But people kind of like want extra more steps. Like there's no blueprint really to.
No, you just figure it out as you go.
Yeah.
I'm still figuring it out.
Yeah, we're all figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? How about you, Aaron? What would you say would be the best advice you can give someone coming up, trying to be, let's say, a YouTuber like yourself?
Well, 2020, what I've learned from 2020 already is that life is too short.
100%.
Like,
rest in peace,
if-
soldiers of the
100%.
past. Yep.
like, if you want it, go for it, man. Don't sit back. Don't let anybody. If you're a dream, man, you have one life. Just do it, and and give it your best. Don't half-ass it. Give it your best effort and fail. I failed many times. I put out content and it's trash, but you know what? I learned from it, and then I think mentally, what can I do better? What do I improve on? And you like this, I'll give you this. So it's like you just gotta do it. You gotta give it your best effort and just go for it, man.
I agree, man. Moving on with you, KJ.
I think you just gotta in a world where everybody is similar, you just gotta be different.
Yeah.
You can't be afraid to make fun of yourself.
Yeah.
And you can't be afraid to fail, just like he said.
Yeah.
Because so many people fail, and then their next time up, that's when they kill it.
Yeah.
And they might fail again. The next time they're gonna kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah, failures are actually a blessing in disguise. They're more so, failures are lessons. It's knowledge. So just take it as that. And if you have that mindset, you're gonna keep going. You're not gonna give up. So just failures, literally.
You don't let the
lessons.
trolls get you either.
Yeah.
When people troll you on YouTube, man, and it's rough,
You
man.
got
People
some
be coming
comments?
at my
What's the
neck.
worst comments you gotten? You don't know shit about sneakers or something like
But
that?
worse than that, like your looks to everything. Yeah. Like, it's bad. But you
I
just,
get death threats over here.
Yo.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, you in sports, so it's even worse.
Yeah. You get diehard fans, anti-Celtics or something? What do you get? What's the worst type of stuff you got?
I bring it upon myself.
Oh, yeah?
I went to Philadelphia and I took a piss on their T-shirts they were giving away. They wanted to kill me in Philly.
Yo.
Damn. This guy's crazy.
We went to the cheesesteaks over there in Geno's.
Yeah, Geno's.
And we spiked the cheesesteak in front of the
Oh,
street.
this guy's rebellious.
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
I
yeah,
was
laughing
that-
for it. Yeah, this is,
What happened? What did Philly do to you? What, you
we want all the smoke.
yo.
Your boy bleeds green. Jesus Christ. What's the worst, if you got comments or something, being a rapper or someone critiquing your music or some shit?
I've gotten trolled. There's a
Yeah.
couple times I've fallen victim to responding to trolls. But
Yeah.
sometimes you just gotta realize it's the internet. You can log off and just go have a good day.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that person's pretty much, it's miserable.
OG.
There's been times though that I get trolled and then I just ask them if they want to go on a coffee date. That's my response. When I'm feeling good. And you have no choice but to you're either gonna be very angry or you're just gonna end up loving me. So
OG.
you could turn that into love.
These days, some of the people that are on those accounts are probably your boys too. Be careful. Everybody got
Yeah, that's
burners
true.
these days.
100%.
True.
my ex-girlfriends.
Oh, it got deep. It got
It's
deep.
true. Yo, it's very true.
No, it's
Hell
really
yeah,
true.
It's very true.
Everybody's hating these days.
Yeah. How about you, Sean? You have any experiences of any haters, of anything? You know what I'm saying? That's-
Here and there, but
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to it.
yeah,
man.
facts.
I just
Yeah.
keep it pushing.
Yeah, you got to keep the blinds. You got to be zoned in and just stay focused on your own craft, your own vision. You'll make it really far. Well, I appreciate you guys, and I want to tell you guys, I respect every one of you guys for coming up here, talking, sharing your experiences, saying anything at all. It takes a lot of balls for a lot of people. But some of you might be used to. Have any of you guys done any sort of panels or anything at all beforehand, or any talks or nothing? No.
Nah, I've never done any panels.
No.
But also, shout out to you, man. You doing your thing too,
Yeah,
man.
man. Appreciate it, man. I'm trying my best. I'm actually I can't believe I'm up right now because what I do personally is a media company. So we do we start off as a YouTube channel doing reactions with art, like brand new albums and stuff. So artists would reach out to us. So through you guys keep saying ignore what everyone says, just do yourself. By us doing that, us being critical of albums and stuff, saying we don't like it, we hate it, we've gotten the biggest connections of our lives. You know what I'm saying? Last night, we just did a 2-hour interview with Trippie Redd. He was in our city, Providence, Rhode Island. He's like, yo, come out. We hung out with him. He brought us on stage. It was a whole vibe. And it was because we didn't like his album. We told him, we didn't like it. And he was like, because people, you got to think about it. There's this narrative of, just support everything, support everyone. And there's a way to do that. You can be honest and support someone, so criticism can be a good thing. It's just about the way you say it, so.
So you criticized his album. Did you have a good time at the concert though?
Yeah. Now I guess I'm more biased, I guess now, because now we're it's friends type vibe. So now you can't be too critical, but that's how they get you.
But that's how it happens though. You could not like somebody's album and they be the coolest person in the world, and then it changes your perspective because you kind of know them better.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? And then that's the thing, looking at us, seeing me being, because everyone's equal. Nobody's better than nobody. But you could say, like, in industry ties, I'm a nobody compared to him. But, like, he's showing me so much love and appreciation. And that goes to show you that anything is really possible.
He's a real person. He's a real person.
He's a real person, you know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of the people that make it to the top, the highest, you know, whether it be in fashion, whether it be Kanye, whether it be basketball players, rest in peace Kobe Bryant, they tend to have that mentality of being, you know, treating the janitor just like they treat the CEO, no matter what. Because you never know where you could be, you know. Life's short. But everybody out there, appreciate the crowd. Can we get a round of applause for the panel?
Hey, thank y'all.
Shout out to Bless Your Soul. Oh, if anybody, by any chance, has any questions at all, feel free to ask. Oh, wait, you got one? All right, Jonathan.
What's up, guys? If you guys also have questions, feel free to ask them. These guys will answer anything you want for the most part. First of all, I want to thank you all for coming up. Can we get another round of applause for these guys? This is such an amazing panel. When we put this together, when Joey and I were sitting down, like, who do we want on this panel, the whole idea was that these cultures will come together and collide. Like, none of these guys are doing the same thing at all. And you just saw all of the things that they had in common and things they had different. And to me, it was so cool that all of these guys are such different backgrounds and such different missions, but they have the same passion for what they're doing, you know? So the question that I kind of have is, all of you guys have seen some sort of success, however you want to measure that. I want to ask, a lot of these kids are aspiring entrepreneurs, they're aspiring artists, they're aspiring, you know, whatever it may be. They want to do YouTube, doesn't matter. What is, you know, one piece of advice that you can give to these kids that's kind of an, you know, some sort of umbrella where if you want to start something, what's one piece of advice I want from each one of you guys that you'd give these kids?
Joke's on you, Joe. We already answered that.
Jonathan and Joey did not answer that. Come on, I want to hear your thought.
Okay. I don't know. Hold on. Somebody got to answer this.
Sean?
Do your taxes.
Good. That's a good piece of advice. A lot of kids skip that.
For me, for YouTube, don't worry about the equipment. Oh, you got a phone, man. Just put a phone up and just have a passion. Most of it, for my content, people like it because of me. It's the personality that goes through it because they see that I have a passion for what I do and I actually love it. So don't worry about the equipment. Just do it. If you love it, if that's your passion, go for it, man.
I'll branch off of that too. And what the host said earlier, pretty much like, don't be afraid to like put your face out there in your opinion also, because whether it be positive or negative, people still want to hear it and then they're going to react to it. For someone like me, I put my opinion out there too much sometimes and it gets me in trouble.
OG?
Don't be afraid to take risk.
Cool.
Literally. I have literally slept on floors and couches a lot of years. Traveled via bus a lot of years. Been fucking broke as hell in New York a lot of years just going, and it's been the most fun time of my life. Take risk. Just don't, if you love it, don't be afraid. Take risk.
I agree overall, you know what I'm saying? It's more of like a combination of everything that they said, including like, you know, you just got to like hone in on it more than anything in your life. Like you have to make sure that what you're doing in life, especially if you're going to make money from it, tends to be something that you love and actually are willing to lose sleep over, you know what I'm saying, get like messed up over, lose a couple $100, be in debt over about it, but realize like you can come back up because you love this. It's nothing you've been through previous experiences, and just like, you know, being fully like tied into this passion and dream that you have, you know, anything that you do, whether it's sneakers, music, you know, there's money literally in anything. You just have to ask the proper advice, and, you know, a lot of doors will open up for you without realizing it.
Thank you guys so much. Let's get another round of applause for these
Appreciate
guys.
you guys. Respect, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you guys.
Respect, bro. What's up, bro? Appreciate you, bro. Hi, Aaron.